Oops. Hey everybody, this is jokerspice, bringing a little spice to your life. Last time, we cleared the entirety of the desert, of the haunted wasteland. We got through it, we got an ability called Nehru's Love. I accidentally spent 400 rupees by accident buying useless bombs. And now we've made it to the desert Colossus, and also collected, our last song. The last song in the entire game. This episode, we are going to get a piece of heart that I missed. I think I missed it in the ice cavern, so I will meet you there. The easiest way to get to the ice cavern is to warp to Kakariko Village using the Nocturne of Shadow, and then walking through Zora River. So I'll meet you there when I get there. Hey, so you might have noticed that I'm not actually at Zora's River or the Ice Cavern. Well, that's because I realized that halfway while I was going there, that the item that I wanted, the piece of heart that I was looking for, is not there. It's actually in Gerudo Valley. I just skipped it the first time. I've just skipped it like every time because I usually get it a different way. And to be frank, like, I never get it the normal way, and I think I remember making a point that I wanted to get it the normal way. So, that's all well and good. I'll meet you, well, I guess we're already here, so this is where we're cutting back to. But yeah, this is a pretty easy piece of heart to get. In fact, it's so easy that you can get as a child, and you don't even need to do all the things you need to do in order to get it. But when you save all the carpenters, them and their boss actually create a bridge, which is, I mean, I don't think it's useful because you don't need the bridge, but alright. So the answer here is to go all the way down here and then use this this thing. Make sure you stay on it and don't jump off of it or anything like that. But you can get, if you go here, you see there's actually a ladder there, so that's how you know that you don't need to, that's how you know you don't need the, like, that plant. You know, it doesn't even take you all the way up, so. Alright, so now that we've done that, we're actually gonna go turn back into a child. I'm always quiet when I play the teleportation songs. I don't know why. I just feel like the teleportation songs are just like a really big staple in this game. Like, when people think about this game, they usually think like, oh, the teleportation songs, you know. They're really cute little jingles, but they really stick out in your head. I don't know. I really always enjoyed them. And when I was a kid, like, any new Zelda game and there was an opportunity to learn new songs like that, I was super in. It's one of the reasons why I was so, like, into Majora's Mask and Wind Waker and Twilight Princess even. It's because of all the songs you could play. Then Skyward Sword kind of ended that. Alright, it's been a while since we were a kid. Look at all the stuff we can't use. But yeah, we have all this stuff now. It goes without saying that the stuff that you, you could get, like, for example, you can get the Nehru's Love as a child. You don't have to be an adult for that. And I know this seems like a really good, it's like a good opportunity to, go to, it seems like a good opportunity to go to the Spirit Temple now. But I actually would like to complete the Shadow Temple before going into the Spirit Temple at all. So even though we'll probably be going to that area, we're not gonna complete, we're not gonna go into the Spirit Temple. We're gonna do the Shadow Temple first. When you're a child, these rocks are in the way, so you can't actually go to the Fire Temple as a child. Now that we have the long shot, we can finally go over here. But there's not really a point in going here at all, because it's just money, and money is useless. The real reason why we're here is because there is actually a place to plant those magic beans here. I don't know how these beans could grow in a volcano, but we're planning it. It's going. And that's pretty much all we can do here. So now we're going to go to the Desert Colossus. And believe it or not, the last magic bean location is going to be there as well. So let's go there. Yeah, so you can see on the ground that like the symbol for this is like this, it's like all swirly and stuff. So yeah, just to show you. Oh, you know what? No, that's this one. Yeah, that is this one. That's exactly it. That's a Shadow Temple. So they make it seem like the Spirit Temple should be the one that's beaten first. But I don't know. I've always felt like the Shadow Temple was the one the game wants you to beat first. Either way, totally your choice. You do not need the dungeon items in either dungeon to complete the other one. So it's up to you. This is not where I wanted to go. And in fact, I specifically said I did not want to go here. So I don't know why. Just autopiloted there for a second. But here, this is the last magic bean spot. Nope. I could get some bugs and plant them and get the extra critters that are in there, but I don't see why I should. Alright, so going back to the Temple of Time, I'm going to turn back into adult now. Those were the last, this is one of the last things you're gonna do as Child Link, other than visiting the Spirit Temple as a child. But yeah, I will turn into an adult now, and then we will go ahead and collect the last 2 pieces of heart that you collect with the magic beans. It's fun times. Let's just go straight to the volcano right away. So interesting thing about this particular plant is that you can, well, first of all, from here you can clearly see that the other piece of heart we once got, it used to be there. And you can see that. So that's how I knew that you could like climb down. But the thing about this plant is that it actually goes there. And it also goes here. So this is one of the pieces of heart. That's how you get this one. But you see that the plant like just went down there, and it leads you there too. So when I was a kid, I figured that's just the other way to get the piece of heart. All right, let's go to the Desert Colossus. So mystic sounding. It's quite enjoyable. Alright, here we are, back at the Desert Colossus. Now, I'll give this one to anybody. Like, this particular piece of heart is a little bit difficult to get. Just because of the timing. Might take a couple tries, but it shouldn't be so bad. Alright. It's not here. It's actually on top of that big pedestal over there, this one. I think there's a golden sculpture on one of those things. Alright, here we go. There we go. And right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the final piece of heart in the game. As you can probably imagine, since there's both the Spirit Temple and the Shadow Temple, in order to have a full 20 hearts in this particular Zelda title, you will need to complete those temples and grab the heart containers. And with that, we'll have pretty much completed literally everything in the game. Except, of course, for these 2 pieces of equipment and this last magical arrow that we're gonna get. Wonder what it'll be. But considering that there's literally nothing else to do in this game, let's go to the Shadow Temple right now. I was trying to be cool by playing the song right, but then I didn't play the song right, so forget about that, I guess. Warp to the graveyard? Absolutely. Let's do it. So here we are in the graveyard, and as per tradition, when going into the Shadow Temple, I always like to put on my blue tunic. I don't know why, don't have to, there's no water in here, but it's just something I've always liked to do. This room, I think technically you don't need Din's fire to turn on all these torches if you're really good about using your fire arrows, but you would be a crazy person to do that, so I think it's fair to just use the Din's fire here. It's really cool though, I like the symbols on the ground and everything. Alright, the Shadow Temple. Now, if it isn't obvious from the Shadow Temple, especially since it shares the same music as the bottom of the well, you're pretty much always going to want to have your Lens of Truth. So go ahead and just put that on and leave it there for pretty much the entire time while we're here. The shadow will yield only to one with the Eye of Truth, handed down in Kakariko Village. I literally think it's impossible to be here without the Lens of Truth, so I don't know. I'm just telling you, use the Lens of Truth. Using it, we'll see that there's actually a door right here in the beginning that we can go through. So let's go ahead and go through before we do anything else in the dungeon. One who gains the Eye of Truth will be able to see what is hidden in the darkness. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Oh, Shadow Temple. Here is gathered Hyrule's bloody history of greed and hatred. You gotta wonder what this temple is even used for, you know? Shadow Temple. Oh, same words. I don't know why they keep stopping you like that. Maybe just to be creepy and stuff. But here we got a Re-Dead. Just in case you don't remember, if you play the Sun Song when you're next to a Re-Dead or a Gibdo, they both freeze in place. And when you have the Bigoron sword and do a jump slash, these guys will die in one shot. Now, what's the purpose of this room? I don't think there is any purpose in this room. I think this place is just, I think this room is just to trap you. I think you have got to defeat every single enemy in order to leave. Come on. Arrows are a little better, usually, to get flying enemies like this because it's faster, but that would involve opening my menu, and I definitely don't feel like it. There we go. I think you just gotta beat all the enemies in this room in order to leave. Oh, there is an item in here. Oh, a big item. Okay. Here we go, the dungeon map. Always useful. So you might notice something very interesting about the like it's not too obvious to see from the dungeon map, but I think you'll be able to see what I'm alluding to when we get to the end of the temple. But this temple is a lot more straightforward than a lot of the other temples we've been through, especially the Fire Temple and the Water Temple for sure. Alright, cool. So this is the next room. Alright. What is hidden in the darkness? Tricks full of ill will. You can't see this way forward. I mean, I can. I'm using my eyes right now to see. We're even using the Eye of Truth. You're able to see more. What is hidden in the darkness? I'm glad this is the only part of the map where they stop you like this, because it definitely gets a little bit old fast. Alright, let's go this way. Oh, crap. It's the dead hand again. This time there's even more hands to deal with. Alright, but this time we got the Bigoron sword, so we're gonna do way more damage to it this time. We even did like 2 big hits. Remember, the dead hand will not exit the ground unless you get caught by one of its hands, so... And defeating its hands will only make them go down temporarily. You need them in order to beat the boss. But I believe one more hit is all we need in order to defeat it. I think once it runs away, you can't even do anything to get it to attack it, even if you could reach it. Alright, come on. Come on. There we go, that's it. Just gotta wait for this thing to die, basically. Ugh, the way it twitches on the ground, it's just so grotesque. Alright, here we got another item. Probably the compass. But it's nice that they're giving those items to us right at the beginning. I lied! Believe it or not, we actually already have the dungeon item. It's actually a piece of equipment instead. These are the hover boots. You can use these to walk for short periods where there is no solid ground. Be brave and trust in these boots. Now, why wouldn't you have these boots on 24/7? Well, because when you have them on, it's like ice physics in the room. So, yeah. They're fun to use, especially in this dungeon, but if you're just going to be walking normally, it's probably better you don't have these boots on. Otherwise, they just are kind of annoying. But yeah, I might switch between them if I need to do some platforming here and there. But other than that, we should be pretty fine. We definitely need to get these Pegasus boots before completing the rest of the dungeon. Otherwise, you'll be going nowhere pretty fast. What does the sign say? Oh, I missed it. We'll never know now. If you break the sign, you can always use Zelda's Lullaby to fix it too. Only one who has sacred feet can cross the Valley of the Dead. Good to know. Make my beak face the skull of truth. The alternative is descent to the deep darkness. You can see that all of these skulls are really not there except for that one in the corner. So we just have to push this bird towards that one skull. It's pretty easy. If you do it wrong, the floor will disappear and you'll just fall and reset the room. Now that that door is open, we can go ahead and cross this gap in order to get to the other side. Rolling across will help you get across way easier, so remember that. Alright, here we go. Let's keep going through this dungeon. I love this dungeon. Shadow Temple is such a vibe. Oh! Okay, I thought this might have been the one. Ew, it's actually not a rock wall. It's like just a bunch of skulls on top of each other. But they're not actually there, so it's kind of cool. Here we got a room that's very similar to the ice room with the ice blades. Same kind of thing in this room. We gotta go ahead and grab as many of these silver rupees as we can. And by as many, I mean all of them. Otherwise, we will not be able to progress. Rolling will help us get underneath that. And there's actually a big old hole down here. And a golden skulltula. There's nothing really to do here. There's a block in the way, so we can't keep going. But this does probably make for a good shortcut in the future. Actually, oh no. You know what? I was gonna use the Ferrore's Wind to get back up there, but that seems pretty lazy of me, so we will not do that. But if you look on the map, I think it's kind of cool that they let you see a little bit ahead of the dungeon before you get there. We're here, but we were already all the way over there, so still got quite a bit of the dungeon to go before we get there. But not too much. This temple's not so bad. Alright, we gotta collect those rupees though again, because I ended up leaving the room. Thankfully that's the only major hole like that in this area. Go ahead and hit that. Can I hit that from here? Perfect. There is a spot in the Spirit Temple, I think, that the Pegasus boots might help, but for the most part, you don't need the Pegasus boots at all in that temple. Or, sorry, I always call the hover boot the Pegasus boots for some reason. I mean, same thing, right? I think they both are like winged boots or whatever, but nope, these ones are hovering and the other ones let you go really fast, so there is a difference. Let's see, what's in this one? Just a small key. That's all there is in this room, but it isn't necessary, so we needed to come here after all. Woof! So as you can probably imagine, on the other side we have another door. We got some Gibdos, but we already know that one jump slash is all we need to end its life. Or its unlife. Oh man, maybe I'm having some trouble here. So like, are we actually teleporting through time when we use the Sun Song? I feel like the Sun Song has more to do with time than the fucking Song of Time. The only thing the Song of Time has to do with time is that it opens the door of time. It has nothing to do with anything else. Kind of interesting when you think about that. So it's a good thing we got right here, because this has gotta be where the compass is. Just like that, within the first couple of rooms in the dungeon, we've already gotten all the major items. The only thing left is the big key. But that only means that all the little treasure chests could possibly be the big key, so we still have quite a bit left to this dungeon to go. They're just being gracious, I think. This wall is different though than the other ones. Clearly we should be able to go through it. But we are not able to, because this rock wall that's actually made of skulls is actually a rock wall. I hate this room. I'll tell you that right now. If I were you, or if you were me, or something like that, I would tell you to be extremely careful, like absolutely extremely careful. In fact, I would probably take off the hover boots here, because this room is very, very long. And if you, well, let's say if you fall in a hole or anything, you'll have to start over the entire room, which is, super not fun, in my opinion. I feel like there's another sculpture like here. I knew it. They just descend from the damn ceiling. Just clip through it for some reason. Alright. Got some guillotines. Oh man, I almost got sliced up by that thing. Well, that thing didn't move for a second when I hit it with my arrow. Alright. So, watch for the shadows of the monsters that hang from the ceiling. So before you do anything, you definitely want to like get rid of the wall master that's going to be creeping around here. Otherwise you're going right back to the... Oh! Well... I guess I'll meet you back there. Alright, and I'm back. Man, I hate wall masters. Get rid of this thing. They drop a lot of money though, which is kind of nice. Not that I need any money, but oh my god, it's so imperative that you don't fall off here, because if you fall off, you're going to that beginning of that room, and I can't stress how annoying that is. Oh boy, come on. Oh, okay, that's one way to get rid of that. Let's go ahead and pull out our lens of truth. There we go. Now we know the way to go. Oh, it might be worth it to put on our Pegasus boots here. Last thing we want to do is fall off into oblivion and start over this entire room again. I like to go here as quickly as possible so I can reset where we respawn if we do fall in that hole. Now that we're in here, there's a couple of treasure chests that we can go ahead and collect. Putting on this thing though, we can see that the blades are invisible this time, so definitely be careful. We'll go ahead and get rid of this. Oh, always like this. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this like though. When you're using the lens of truth, you can't use magic similarly to how when you have the like Din's what's it called? When you're using Nehru's love, you also can't use it. All right, let's go ahead and put on our stuff back. Oops. There we go. Awesome. So what do we gotta do in this room, huh? How do we open that door? Well, the answer is actually, I believe, to kill all the enemies in the room. Which include all these little keys as well. Hiding in the corners. It's good thing they got the little glowing red eyes. Maybe there's one more? There we go. There was one more. I just had not popped in yet because of the draw distance. And we got a couple chests here. And a golden sculpture, which is pretty nice. I believe that makes our 62nd or 63rd one now. This one has a blue rupee, which sucks. And, ooh, this one's actually invisible. So the other one's actually a little bit of a false one. But this one only has a bundle of arrows. So who cares? Man, this room sucks. Oh well. At the very least, it does reset our position on the map when it comes to respawning, so can't complain too much. Yeah, there aren't too many alternate pathways or like different ways to go. As you know, as I was kind of alluding to in the beginning of the dungeon, this particular dungeon is very straightforward. You only need it's pretty much like a gauntlet where you just kind of keep going forward and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's definitely a much needed little respite after the water temple and how confusing that was. It's nice and like it's already kind of tricky enough with the what's it called, the with the lens of truth and stuff, so you're already going to be kind of looking around, so it's nice to have something like this before the final dungeon. If this is the last dungeon that you had, it's possible it's not, actually, now that I think about it. Without even telling you, there is a, let's see, where is it? There's a block right here. You can go ahead and grab it. I just happen to know that it's there. And there's these horrifying things that are falling from the ceiling. I think they'll only hurt you if you get crushed by. Actually, no. I think that if you get crushed by them, they'll send you to the beginning of this room. I'm not entirely sure if that means the beginning of all the way, like, super long to where the useless room is. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, I'm gonna use this block to go through here. There is a golden sculpture in there. So let's go ahead and grab that. Oh, it's actually kind of high. I'm gonna have to use my trusty long shot to grab it. And then in this cell, what is this game and giving us bundles of arrows? I'm not sure if you guys have played the Ocarina of Time randomizer, but I have played it quite a few times, and I've always been surprised at how many bundles of arrows are in that game. It always annoyed me so much because I was just like, what's the deal? Like, why are they just giving me so many useless items like this? Like, maybe it's not so useless in the one side quest in the game where you can run out of arrows and you might need to buy some more, but it's definitely useless in every other part of the game. I don't know why it's there. Alright, we got a little treasure chest right here we can open. I swear if it's bundle of arrows again, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh great, it's even something worse than that. Ugh. Here we are though. We got our last treasure chest in this room. Hopefully it's something useful this time. Otherwise, man, 2 useless rooms in a row? What gives, Shadow Temple? We got a small key. So this temple seems to like it gives you all the important items in the beginning, but they kind of keep you guessing a little bit with the with all the treasure chests. Like, you have no idea like which treasure chests are useful, which ones are not on your first time going through here. Which, you know what, could be considered an interesting little puzzle. Kind of plays with your expectations with chests, especially since the ice cavern, one of the only dungeons that gives you a compass, you don't even need it. Alright. Ooh, there was something weird there. Yep, there were some spikes there, so it's a good thing we had our boots, otherwise we would have been in a world of pain. Go ahead and get rid of that thing. Go ahead and refill our magic. It'll be a combination of using our lens of truth and our long shot in order to get all the cool items. Ooh, that thing. I almost got killed by that thing, or I almost got attacked by that thing. But yeah, defeating the Redeads actually opens up this treasure chest, so that's good. There's a locked door over there, but we haven't found a key. We've been into every room and about every chest so far, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh wow, this whole pillar is invisible? So weird. Alright, just one more. Here we go. Hopefully something good in here. Ooh, interesting room. No treasure chests in here, so I'm not really sure what we're gonna do about that locked door, but we might as well go ahead and explore. Maybe something will appear. Oh, actually. Oh, what? Get out of here. Get out of here. It was even a fire keys. There we go. In fact, why don't we just get rid of all the keys while we're at it? Man, I hate keys. But I low-key want keys to be in Smash Bros. If Piranha Plant can make it into Smash Bros, I kind of think keys has a chance too. Like, I don't actually want keys to be in Smash Bros, but just to kind of prove a point, I kind of want the character to be in Smash Bros. The final Smash is just fire keys. Great, I accidentally grabbed Bomb Chew instead of bombs. Definitely not what I wanted to do. Wait, there's another keys in here? Are you kidding me? I'll give you that keys of death. Okay. Oh, that's how you leave by killing all the keys. I didn't even realize that. But that Goron pot was training for this exact moment. If you put a bomb inside there, the bomb flower is kind of hinting at what you should do. You blow this whole pot open, and bam. Got a small key, one of the very few small keys in the game that's not in a chest. Alright. Oops. Oh, actually, I think we need our Lens of Truth in order to be able to get up there. I mean, now that we need it, everything that's, like, exists in the Lens of Truth actually exists whether or not, we use the Lens of Truth. Which I guess technically makes the Lens of Truth an optional item, but how the hell is anybody gonna know where anything is on the first try? So, here's something kind of interesting. We have these fans that are blowing us, but if we have our iron boots, the fans will not push us away, which is pretty interesting considering I didn't expect to use when I was a kid, definitely didn't expect to use the iron boots again. And here we got, but we can't go through here, so we're gonna have to wait for that fan to close or to turn off. Oops. When it's open like that, we can go ahead and cross. We gotta be quick, otherwise you're gonna, well, it's gonna be a bad time. Oh, that's an enemy. That is not something to shoot this time. Come on. There we go, we got one of them. Man, these Redeads got nothing on me. But as you can probably imagine, there's not much in this room. There is a chest. But let's see what's inside it. Hopefully something useful. It was not something useful. It was just a bundle of arrows. Which, well, sucks. What we're actually supposed to do, so you'll notice, on the map, there's an offshoot. Why do I keep pausing like that? That's crazy. There's actually an offshoot there. When the fans are on full blast, you can take off your shoes and with the hover boost, get a big boost over here. And that's how you get here. This is actually the way to go. Man, more Gibdos. So here's a little fun fact. Gibdos are, and pretty much every undead creature, they don't really like fire. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different game? Maybe fire arrows do nothing to them. I haven't tried my ice arrows though. What happens when you use ice arrows on Gibdo? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is actually probably a bad enemy to test that on, so it's my own fault, but I digress. I'm gonna blow this up because this is obviously something that you should probably blow up. And there's a chest there on the map anyways, so guess it's a small key, so it's a good thing we did that. Which is needed in this room. Oh no! Oh, that pot actually helped us. Got us out of the awful grip of the Gibdo. Man, after playing horror games of like Resident Evil 2 Remake and Outlast and even Five Nights at Freddy's to a certain extent, this game that I found that used to creep me out so much when I was a kid does not do that anymore. Alright, I think we're actually going to finish the episode right here. We have, only a little bit of the Shadow Temple to go, but I figured we might as well end things off now because there'll be a couple cutscenes after anyways. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a really good time today. I love the Shadow Temple, I love the aesthetic. And leave me a comment. Were you guys afraid of the Shadow Temple when you were kids playing this game? Or even as an adult playing this game? Let me know. Subscribe if you'd like to check out the next episode. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.